courage is showing those moments when you feel uncomfortable. Right now is such a moment because I am so absolutely tired. And I believe that some people in my immediate environment know that I sleep a lot, but I don't believe they've actually seen me at the moment that I'm about to crash. And this is one of those moments. So I'm here in this beautiful lobby of the hotel. Look, you may have seen it more often. And I love to work here. So this afternoon I went to the physical therapist straight after. I was supposed to go see a client. We decided not to meet in person, but do it on Zoom instead. And I just finished that call. It was kind of funny because the people at the lobby at the hotel here behind the desk, they said to me like, "Oh, you get a busy day of work," and I said, "Well, it's more like an instant. We call it peak, as in it's really high at one moment, really busy, and then the next moment it dies down again." So yes, it's not so much the time or the amount of work, but it's like instant adrenaline because I hear something and I'm like, okay, so you're going to get therapy in this case, but what does it entail? I mean, normal therapy sessions are like an hour and a half max, maybe two. And then when people say, well, we got 4 sessions or 4 treatments, I'm like, that's weird. Especially when it has to do with anxiety and trauma, all that stuff. So then I started calling those people, and then I figured out, oh, but we are talking about 4 entire days. And I love what they are doing because it's a mixture of working mentally, but also doing stuff on a physical level, teaching people how to relax, all those kind of things. So that's good. And my latte is being brought here. Thank you, Val. And it's a way to teach people really in depth how to overcome what they are experiencing. So the goal behind trauma, or not the goal behind trauma therapy, let's put it that way, is you go to a safe place where you always can get back to, and then you go to that uneasy feeling, because trauma is, like it says, traumatic. So the moment that you feel the anxiety and all that stuff, then you need to be able to get back from there again and go to that safe place. And then you go back and forth, and at some point the tension linked to the trauma should die down. But what you want is you want to be able to take a break and to be able to escape from that traumatic experience. Anyway, just talking about it, I had to make a number of phone calls together with my client to get to understand, like, okay, this is what they're doing. And after talking for a while, I was like, oh my God, I am so tired. And of course, you want to finish strong. You want to finish like they feel heard, seen, understood, that we discussed everything, especially in this case, because this is one of the local clients. So for the local clients, I do the calling, I do, I ask on, so I can guide them in the background whenever it's needed. So when they go to the therapist, I want to know what's going on. Or when we are going to the hospital, the family doctor, the GP, then I am sort of there. Sometimes in the foreground, sometimes in the background. But in order to help the person best, it's important to know what's going on, because then I can make sure that she goes to the right places, or he, whenever, depends on who I'm talking to. So, but getting back to the courage and this part, it was starting to be rush hour when and I'm sorry, I know that I'm not very consistent in my talking, but like I said, I'm very sleepy. So it takes me a little bit more effort to talk to you in the camera, but I also want you to know what it's like for me. That's why I am actually recording this video. So after the physical therapist, I was supposed to go over to the client, to the different city. Didn't happen, so I went downtown first, which is very close to the physical therapist. Couldn't park over there. I decided to drive on and saw that the road was already starting to fill up, rush hour. So I decided to, instead of going to my own place, well, I first went to Starbucks actually. I love going to Starbucks, and we had some good times because I bought this probably in the US. I completely forgot about it. So that's this one here, Starbucks thing, and they hadn't seen it, so they thought it was pretty cool. I had the other one on there, the red one was my travel buddy, Chief Rockstar the Bear. So they probably missed this one, but now it was kind of visible. So I actually got a lot of reactions from people about all the stuff hanging on my backpack, because Chief Rockstar sort of covers that up. But since he's been at home for a couple of days now, also because of the weather, it's more visible what I've got on the backpack, and it's basically all these items from wherever I've been going in the last, I think in the last decade actually. So when I left the Starbucks, like I said, rush hour started to had started. So I was like, okay, I'm going in the opposite direction. So I went to this hotel and I just did call over there. Make more sense to be there, and they have nice food. And so I was like, I'm good to go here. But normally I go here to get some work done. And I was like, okay, when I've talked to her, then I can get some work done. But right now I'm like so immensely sleepy that there's so much I want to work on. And I've talked about it before, especially in these courage videos. Doing something you don't want to do, or you think that's difficult, that often leads to postponement. Like I said, I was tired and already have some issues with saying certain words. So in that case, I usually go to this place, so I'm in a different environment and it doesn't distract me that much. But when I'm tired, it just flat out stops. And that's why I was like, you know what, one thing I can do at least is record this video, since I want to get something out there like every day, and then maybe that will wake me up as well. But knowing that I need to push myself literally to say, okay, what have I done? Okay, I've got the landing page, so you can go to ladylexi.com/courage challenge, and then you can sign up and you get this free PDF. But of course, it's nicer if there are other things available too. So I can have this email out there every day with a short video or with PDF, something that helps prepare for the challenge. That thing or those things I haven't done yet. And then of course there's always the question of okay, what else am I going to put in the system? So if you want to prepare with something else, then you can already do it. But yes, that takes a little bit of courage, as in, I'm going to do it. But it does also take a little bit more energy than I'm experiencing right now. So I'm going to see if I can actually do it. That would be nice. I want to say I want to enjoy the daylight as long as I can. Well, actually, it's already dark, and that's the whole thing. It's been so dark lately that I think I have a lack of sunlight, and I might need to do something about it. But for now, I just wanted to show you, and like I said, that also takes or asks for a little bit of courage on my end, is actually showing you this is what it's like when I'm about to fall asleep. And unfortunately, that does happen quite often. I sleep a little bit more than most people, and then as a result, it takes a while before I actually get to fall asleep, which means I do not sleep enough in the next stretch. And since the stretch is interrupted, I need to catch up. So it's not the best way to do it, I know, but yeah, those are the things that happen at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to think about things to come down from. So in a week, I'll have the 3-day challenge, and I'm going to see if I can come up with something to post each day, which literally links to the Courage Challenge. Something to prepare for the Courage Challenge. I have no clue what that's going to be, but you know, I like being creative, and that's one of the reasons that I'm here, because here I can have my creative juices flowing. So wish me luck, and also, what would you like to get out of a Courage Challenge? Is there something specific that you would have in mind? Let me know, and don't forget, you can register. I've done a lot to accomplish it, so go to ladylexi.com/courage challenge, and again, let me know what you need courage for, and how would this challenge be able to help you? What would you like to take away from it? That's what I want to know. It's 3 days, about 1 hour per day. So then you have an idea of what's going to happen. And again, what would you like to see discussed? Well, don't forget, ladylexi.com, Courage Challenge. Go there, sign up, so I can see you next week. If you want to see more when it comes to courage, then go click over there, and you will see more videos related to courage.